Coffee? No, but a shot of whiskey would be appreciated, yes. You know I can't do that.
Sure you can.
Just one shot won't get me drunk. Now will it ruin this interview you've managed to score? So, in fact, I'd rather appreciate it if you join me, No thanks, I don't drink anymore. Coffee works just fine for me. By the way, can you hurry it up a bit? I believe I might not have much time left. Why? Is there some place you need to be? Of course I do. Everybody has some place they need to be, you included. Is that so? Okay then, will you introduce yourself or shall I do it for you? I would very much like you to do it. Fine then. Your name is Arav, you are 30 years old and you are currently on the run for being the prime suspect for killing 3 people. Is that correct? No, well, they suspect me of killing 3 people, but I've actually killed 9 so far. I see. So, Arav, would it be safe to 3 of those 9 people I killed were women? I raped them before I killed them, but if I were to be completely honest with you, sleeping with them wasn't fun in the slightest. But there's more to it than that. It was like the lack of pleasure I felt while playing with the live bodies. It added to the joy I felt while playing with them to the death. It was like all my other problems as well. They were melting away with each moment as I sorry, I'm just talking too much, aren't I? Please, you go on. What I was saying, it's pretty safe to assume that you're a serial killer, right? Well, of course. Do you regret any of your actions? Regret what exactly? Your actions, you took several human lives. Would you ask your mother if she regrets giving birth to a human life? That doesn't make any sense. You cannot possibly use that logic here. Explain to me, how is the concept of giving birth to a human life any different than taking a human's life? Basically, you're saying that you don't have any regrets for what you did. No. I didn't say that. You said that. Okay? All I'm trying to know is why such a question would even make sense in this scenario. It makes perfect sense to me. Well, okay, then explain it. I don't need to, okay? I am not the one being interviewed here. Okay, then ask a question that actually makes sense. Okay, when did the thought of becoming a serial killer, of killing another human being, first come across your mind? Was it when you were a child? Was it because of something that happened? What really was the trigger? Now that is indeed a good question. Did your parents ever beat you as a child? What? No. Not even once? I mean, there was this one time, but... So they did beat you once? Whether it was your father, your mother, or a neighbor, or anyone, that doesn't really matter. What matters is when you were struck by a force that you cannot comprehend, a force twice, thrice, four times your size, what did you feel? What emotion stood out the most? Was it fear that compelled you into immediate obedience? Surely that must have been the first reaction, no? Like, okay, maybe it was your fault. You might have thought that, or a while after it happened, the memory might return and you can feel something different. Sad maybe, or perhaps anger. And oh man, the latter is an emotion to be reckoned with, isn't it? Anger. Oh, how you think you can burn the world down when you feel that indeed. So you got the urge to kill somebody because of your anger. So just how old were you when you were first able to visualize, perhaps transform this anger into a tangible object that you could see, that you could feel, that yes, this is something I desire, something I want to do. Anger? I never said my desire stemmed from anger. Damn it, we're going in circles again. Just what would you say it stemmed from? This emotion. Why do you talk about it like it's something that's abnormal? This desire to kill that you talk about is within everybody. I just happen to be here because I acted upon that desire. I will have to stop you right. What do you mean everybody has this desire? I don't. I personally don't have it. Well, then you'd be lying. But I'm not. You keep going on and on just to prove a meaningless point, just so you can bring others down to your level. It's You are incapable of seeing the flaws in your own actions. You are not human. You know what they call people like you in psychology? They call you psychopaths. You are incapable of seeing the flaws in your own reasoning, all because you are too stiff minded. You are too crazy to think like a normal human being. This entire interview was a waste of time. I am going to call the police and get this over with. Now. Is that a threat? Think of it as you may, but we are done here. This interview, I now realize it was just painful. I think the word you are looking for is painful. Oftentimes, we look at somebody we disagree with and get a heavy feeling in our chest. That feeling can be compared to the feeling of pain. We feel a lot of pain throughout our life, whether it is when we stub our toe or somebody else at us or somebody hurts us one way or another. For example, you remember your first ever girlfriend, how you didn't even know you were loving for her, didn't even know how love works, and somehow she ended up being with you. You exchanged small gifts, you still have a keychain, in fact, held hands, kissed. She was beautiful, no doubt, but you never felt any joy in talking to her, did you? But that was all fine, as long as she doesn't bother you. Absence of joy is fine, but then your father dies to alcohol and your mother dies right after from his absence. Now suddenly you're the man of the house and suddenly everybody consoles you. People you don't know, people who don't actually care about you, but people who want to show you that they are there for you. They will always be there and they were always there. That they always cared. And then she arrives. She offers you her comfort, her warmth, her body, and you take it all for no reason at all, by the way. You don't need her comfort, but it's fine, you can have it. And suddenly she decides to talk. The mundane conversation turns painful. She expects you to cry out in front of her, all because your parents died. But why would you? They never gave you any pain, sure, but there was never any joy either. So why would you? It felt painful. Every moment with her felt painful after that. That's right. Why weren't it? She was prying too much into your personal life, wasn't she? But she had the right. She and I were supposed to have something that's special after all. She was my girlfriend. But that doesn't mean that she had the right to decide how I should feel. That's right. So now what will you do? I don't know. Maybe I will rest a little bit longer. Think about it a little bit. Do you really think it's an appropriate time for rest? I mean, this interview won't last long. What difference does it make? It failed anyway. It didn't fail per se. You were just trying too hard to find reasoning behind your own actions. You were trying to justify your whole entire life in this small interview in this small room. That is impossible. Stop that. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Remember though, did I ever love her? Do you remember her name? No. Well, then you probably didn't love her all that much, but I think you loved her just enough. Just enough? You loved her just enough to hide her somewhere that the world won't find her. She's all yours. Only you can see her. Only you can find her. And that is what true love is. Yes, I loved her very much. You loved her just enough for her to be your first everything. Yes, I loved her very much. All of them. I love them all.